we're
in that
about,
period, no one's saying yes.
like no one's saying yes. And then I was like, hey, this guy, Tony Starr, who's in the star of The Boys. It was just season 1 was out.
It was before anyone had watched The Boys.
Yeah. I was like, this guy who follows us, he follows on our thing and he comments on some of our stuff. And I was like, he's a New Zealander. I've looked into it, he's a New Zealander. I think that's probably why he likes Aunty Donna.
And the way you put it to me, you're like, he's the Superman in The Boys.
So we just got on Instagram and followed him back from the Aunty Donna and sent him a DM and we're like, hey, can we...
Sat at the kitchen table at our house and we just wrote this big long message, go, hey man, would you please be in this?
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, I'd love to. And then just like put his agents in contact with us and we're like, oh, sick.
Years before,
Yes.
we'd performed in LA and this person who was put to me as Meg Ryan's son had gotten into this party afterwards where we were meeting Hollywood people. But that was Jack Quaid and his mates, him and his mates were big Donna fans.
So they have a sketch group called
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And he'd taken Pud to The Boys set. So Keith Urban or Carl Urban were like, oh yeah, well, that's a good sketch, innit? And Erin Moriarty, oh, that's a good sketch. And so that's how he got into it.
Assuming Tony Starr knows us because he's from New Zealand, finding out no. He found out because of Jack Quaid and then being like, well, who the f told Jack Quaid about us? And then at our last live show, it was a friend, I can't remember which one, but it was another member of Sasquatch. It was a friend of theirs, studied in university in Sydney for a time. And I remember losing my mind because I'm like, you're patient zero. Just meeting patient zero, the guy who went to Sydney and got infected with Aunty Donna and like fed it all the way back to Tony.
Yeah.